Hi, my name is Fred Murray. I'm here to be interviewed by my grandson. I'm very excited to do this interview with him, and hopefully we'll be able to answer the questions he has for me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on to my interview. I appreciate it. All right. So, what do you think it means to grow up?
Oh, well, me personally, I think it means that you have to go through a lot of different trials to learn about life, and you're gonna have good times, you're gonna have bad times when you're a little kid, all the way up, and you gotta learn how to work. There's a lot of different things you learn when you growing up, and it sets your whole life up.
Oh, so yeah. Do you think you have to reach a certain age before you can truly grow up, or do you think that neurological development has nothing to do with it?
Oh, that's a good question. I think age plays a part. I think, if you're 6 years old and you've gone through some things, you still got a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah.
But I think certain people mature at certain ages.
Yeah.
Like some kids, 17, 18 years old, they're on top of things.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty responsible. But then I know a lot of guys that are 30 years old that haven't grown up. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's, people, get to that time in their life at different times. And I think it goes with the experience that you have growing up.
All right, so if you were to write like a dictionary or something and you had to define the terminology grown up, what would you put in that?
That's a good question too. I would say growing up, and I'd put in / life experiences.
All right. Yeah. You think that it'd have to do with any behavioral changes, like acting like mature or like?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Christian. I've seen kids that like in high school, freshman, sophomore year of high school, lose a parent, and through cancer or something, where they have to deal with that, and and that's a tough thing to go through. I don't know, I never had to do that, but I can just imagine, I saw what it did to my friend, how he had to become more, his dad died, and so he had to do a little bit more around the house, take more responsibilities, kind of take care of his mom and stuff. So, you don't get that. And he was like 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. So, and then you got a kid like me growing up. I had no response. I was just like, all I did was play ball. And then my parents were happy, and so, but my mom and dad made me work, chores and all that, and I learned that. But as far as having responsibilities, if I was playing ball, I was good. And so I think I didn't have as many responsibilities as I should have to make me a better, growing up a little bit faster. But growing up in my environment and in my day is so different than here. I think the things I experienced was family was a big thing, huge thing in growing up. My aunts and uncles, cousins, everybody was always over our house coming on weekends. We were just, family was a huge thing. And I don't see that as much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up to you is just becoming responsible and accountable?
Yeah.
All right, so on that merit, a little more personal now, when did you feel the most grown up?
Well, when I got out of high school, I was going to go play basketball at a college, and they had the draft then, and so I just felt like I was going to get drafted into the service because Vietnam was really going bad.
Yeah.
And so I had to make a decision. It was my own decision. It wasn't, I talked to my parents, I talked to a lot of people, but I had to make that decision. And I thought, I'm going to get drafted anyway. I might as well just go right now and come back and go to school. So that was my coming out party, man, where I had to make a decision on my own. And it was a hard decision. And so I joined the Marine Corps for 2 years. And of course I went to Vietnam and stuff. So I grew up a lot quickly. I was in a war where I was 18 years old. There were guys that were 20, that were 25 years old. So yeah, it was quite a, can I tell you a story? Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I remember when I first got to Vietnam, I was 18 years old, and I was, you know what bazooka gum is? Bubble
Yeah,
gum?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had tons of it with me. And I was chewing bubble gum, and these guys are looking at me like, what the? You're in a war, and you think you're like back in high school. And I remember them looking at me and laughing, and then I remember the first night I was there, I was chewing bubble gum, and I had a white T-shirt on. And when I got there, they told us you can't wear a white T-shirt.
Oh.
I mean, you can see that forever.
Yeah.
When it gets dark and stuff.
Yeah.
And they can, and so there was a casualty. A couple of guys got hurt, so we had to go down to the landing zone where a helicopter was coming in to take a couple guys that got hurt. I think one guy died. And so we had to put a perimeter around this landing zone. And that's when I'm there, and I have a white T-shirt on, I'm chewing bubble gum, and just, and all of a sudden, behind me, this staff sergeant came up and grabbed me by the neck and pulled me up out of the perimeter. And he goes, "What do you think you're doing? This is not a movie. This is real life." He goes, "Spit that gum out and take that white shirt off." He goes, "No, I'm not. I don't want you to take that white shirt off. I'm going to put you in the middle of this perimeter with that white shirt, and I hope they shoot at you." And I'm going, "Oh my gosh, what happened? What did I do? What kind of decision did I make, man?" And I get rid of all my white T-shirts. When I got back to, when I got back to my billet and stuff, and yeah, so that just shows you how you learn things in your life. Dang. So there you are. Sheesh.
Oh man. Oh gosh. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, any concluding thoughts about growing up or anything? Maybe any advice you'd like to give to the youth?
The advice I give, I think it's really important to have family in your life, and I think it's important to believe in something, a higher power. I was a Catholic at the time, and I went to church and stuff, but I think just believing in Christ, and no matter what church, whatever your belief, that helped me a lot through Vietnam, and knowing that there was a higher power that cared about me, and that I could, say, "Hey, please help me through this situation," that kind of, so.
All right. Well, yeah, that was very interesting. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. I appreciate it. Hope to see you again.
Well, you're great.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Appreciate it.